What's up, guys? Here working on the Willys again. I don't know, day 6 or 7, something like that. Got all the frame built. I think I already showed you guys that in the last video. But I ran into a couple little snafus. All this looks like it's going to work out all right. We'll get the buggy spring in there. Measured up the axle and everything else. Get a 4-link in there just in case later I want to put airbags. But I'm just going to do it now since I have them. That hasn't been too much of a problem. With my ride height and this step up, I had a problem with my wheels and tires. I had built these. Sorry for all the crazy movement. But this deals were here, cut those off. Because when I had this set up here, the leaf spring sat way too high, and this perch was going to just be way too tall and ugly. So what I did was I cut these off kind of as straight as I could. The axle's kind of got like a little curve to it, the way it's built from the factory. So I cut it as best as I could, and then I cut some notch outs in there. And I built this plate here out of quarter steel. Not really liking the way it looks. I'll clean it up, but I think I'm going to kind of like diagonal it down to here, I think. I don't know, kind of make it a little less bulky. But I don't know, it's a snug fit. So that's what I got going on. Fits in that notch, and I should be able to weld it all around the inside and around the whole axle. And that should give me a nice solid place to mount the spring. I'll drill a hole here. I'll mount the spring behind the axle, and then I'll drill a couple holes here. And this will be for my hairpins that I'm going to build. So it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll work. And then maybe after I get the holes drilled, I'll drill some other bigger holes or something to make it look a bit nicer, because that looks kind of ugly. And then I got room here to get my angle for my hairpins. So yeah, we'll see how that works out when we get them both cut. I just got this one cut. As you can see, a lot of cutting wheels and a lot of dust to cut that quarter plate. I have a small torch, but I ran out of gas. So we're gonna work with what we got. I kind of got my center line there. I've been welding and cutting and grinding, so I'll probably have to readjust it and get corner to corner again. But yeah, we're getting close. We're moving along. We'll get this front suspension set up. I'm kind of using this to kind of give me an idea of how I was going to mock up the ladder bars. Hairpins, whatever you want to call them. I'm not really liking the size of that plate and the way it is. I know it's going to be strong just because, well, it's going to weld all the way around the axle, but I don't really care for the way it looks. So I have to figure out a way to pretty that up, or I'll use it for now. Honestly, I think I'm just going to like make this work for now, and I'm going to get a drop axle from Speedway with disc brakes and such. Because this is a 50 Chevy axle. And I don't know, I think I'm going to get a Ford axle so I can put disc brakes and stuff like that on there. So for now, we'll work with this just to get it rolling. Got a couple months to get this thing on the road. I think I could do it faster than that, so we'll see. All right, guys, well, you learn from one mistake. I probably could have kicked this Z up a little bit higher, and those brackets I built would have worked with the leaf spring on top of the axle. I would have still had to build some brackets for the ladder bar, so this is kind of a better idea, I think. I'll run the spring behind the axle to kind of hide it. My perch won't be so big, so it'll hide. It won't interfere with the grill as much in the grill shell. So I could keep this low, spring behind there, clean up all this front end, make it look nicer. Only thing that'll be the tie rod in front. And I'll grind all this down, smooth it all out, weld all that, make it look real nice, paint it, new bearings, brakes, all that kind of stuff, kingpins. So we're going to make it happen, guys, every day, little by little. I've been working on it. I'm lucky enough to have some time off work to be able to get this done. So, yeah, once I get all that fabbed up and get that other one cut out, there's my plate down there. Got my pattern drawn on it. So once I get all that cut out with the handy dandy grinder, zip wheel, we'll make them look pretty, drill some holes in them, and see what we can do to make them look a little nicer than they do now. But the look's not there, function for sure. Guarantee they're going to work. That quarter plate, it's going to weld pretty good around the whole entire axle, even around the bottom. So that should hold pretty good. I got to keep in mind that I don't want to die, so I want this to be nice and strong. But we'll get it done. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll get you updated on the next one.